Ron Powick Productions, and also aka Shadow 6 on YouTube. And lately I have not been uploading any videos. Why? For one, Ravage Man's been cursed. Okay, it's weird. Two, I don't have time to really film and stuff like that. And it's like a pain in the ass. In all honesty, it is a pain in the ass to film. AKA, you have to film, then you have to edit, then you have to make sure everything's correct, make sure nothing's off, if you're doing sound effects, anything like that. It's a pain in the rear. Then you also have the fact that I've been doing martial arts too. And stuff like that. And school's involved also, because school's back. Obviously, it's been back for a while. And that's been definitely, a killer. Because I have projects due and all that stuff. It's crazy. Well, I'm going to have a Christmas special for all of you. And my Christmas special is the best Christmas special that I think, in my opinion. Yes. Final Fantasy franchise. The Final Fantasy franchise started back, I believe, in 83, 86. I think it was 86, 87, when the game was released in Japan. We didn't get it until like 1990, I believe. But anyway, the Final Fantasy series, it was really great. I really love the series with all my heart. Like, I could literally probably sit there and play the games every day of my life. But, yeah. For my review, I will start with Final Fantasy 1. Final Fantasy 1 has been released in around 83, I don't think it's 83, but I think it's definitely in the late 80s. And that's when it was released in Japan. We didn't get it to the early 90s. But, it's been released for 3 different, consoles: the NES, the NES, the Game Boy Advance, and the PSP. When it first came out for the NES, it was on its own separate game, obviously. When it came out for the GBA, it came with Final Fantasy 2. So it was like Final Fantasy 1 and 2, Dawn of the Souls. So pretty much you had both Final Fantasies combined in one game pack. And then when it came out for PSP, pretty much it was separate, obviously. Well, Final Fantasy 1, basically its plot is, there's crystal warriors who have to save the world and balance light and darkness. And pretty much you can choose between having a warrior, red mage, white mage, black mage, thief, and then monk. And pretty much it's pretty unique. I really like it, and I've played it, and it's like awesome. I wish they could have, I mean, this is a really good game. If you are into the RPGs, and if you get really into them, then you should look up the Final Fantasy franchise, because you can, wow, it's like amazing. One was especially good. My rating for that could possibly be for an out of 10 rating, it'd be a 7.5 out of 10. Downfalls, but it's a good game. Now Final Fantasy 2. Well, this game gave you more freedom. However, you never got an actual job set. You had to kind of like, your character was freelance, and you had to really decide what you were going to do with them. If you're going to have them dual wield, cast black and white magic, you can make them cast high black and high white, I don't know. It was so weird. But the game was really cool. I can remember playing it the first time, and I got like up to 1,000 HP, and I didn't even get through any of the story. And all of a sudden, I found out what to do, and I started owning the living crap out of the people. It was hilarious. I'm just sitting there like owning bosses for nothing. But that was because I really didn't have my good knowledge back then. Now I know what the story I'm supposed to do, so I'm able to go through the game the usual way. But I think I might do that again, just for fun, so I can beat the living crap out of the monsters I used to be able to do. But Final Fantasy 2 has been re-released also, and I think it's been re-released about 3 times as well. It's been released first for the NES, I think late 80s in Japan, then we didn't get into the 90s. Then we had it for the It was for the GBA with the combination of Final Fantasy 1 and for PSP. For this game, it was more free. As I said, it's more freelance, and the plot is kind of different than 1, but it basically it's definitely completely different than 1 because 1 has its own story and 2 has its own story, and they're completely different. And I like the fact it's kind of freelancing, but there's some downfalls of it. So I would give that game about an 8 out of 10. As I said, downfalls, but it's a good game. Now I'm going to go on to Final Fantasy 3.